So my hair is even more pink than it was before. I think that at some point, if it becomes even more pink, I'll just become a phoenix and I'll burn up. Maybe I'll transform. But yeah, anyway, I feel like I need to speak about something that's really been bothering me. Um, it's this whole thing that Kanye is talking about with Jewish people. My family that I married into is very much of Jewish faith and Jewish descent, and it's bothering me a tremendous amount. And I just want to compare what Kanye's doing to maybe something that is in my own life so that other people can understand. I've had some conversations with other people who have told me that what Kanye is saying is really important because he is talking about how there are lost tribes of Judaism. And that's definitely been well known and documented for a really long time. So that's really not like new information. I actually studied with a rabbi for a while when I was really interested in learning about Kabbalah. I studied actually with the rabbi that trained Madonna. So somebody who was really well versed in information about Judaism and also in mysterious things about Judaism. So the thing is, though, what Kanye is doing and what other people are doing because of what he said is they're going up to people who are practicing Judaism, people who go to synagogue on a regular basis, people who practice the holidays, and they're saying that those people are not Jewish. And that's really hurtful because that's somebody's belief system. And it's also different than Christianity in the sense that Judaism is also a heritage. So in the belief system, if your mother is Jewish, then your children are Jewish. It's a heritage that's passed down, and it's very important to Jewish people to have this heritage passed down. I've seen this with my mother-in-law, how she talked to us about it, about how she wanted to make sure that my husband knew that his ancestors, that his family that came over here to the United States was from Ukraine. But I wanted to compare it for a moment to my own personal experience. So when my mom died, I found out that my grandparents were Mexican and that my grandfather didn't even want to go out into the sun because he didn't want his skin to turn black. He would turn as black as black. And he didn't want to be judged on his skin color. So apparently this was like a big family secret, and I didn't find out until my mom passed during the pandemic. But what I found out was actually more than that. My grandfather's family was part of the tribe of Purpecha Indians, Native people, that migrated from South America to Mexico. And those people practice their beliefs both in Mexico, South America, and in places in the United States. They have rituals, and they have tribal lands, and they call themselves Native Americans. So I feel like if I were to go around and say that I can't be racist against Native Americans or Mexicans because I'm Mexican or Native American, that would be really similar to what Kanye's doing. I have no knowledge of my life in that culture. My grandparents hid that completely. I mean, my great grandparents had a dirt floor. They spoke in Spanish. They had, what we call Indian blankets, but I didn't really understand anything, and it was never really talked about. I just knew they spoke a different language, and, my mom didn't really want to talk about any of that. So we didn't really know that we were Mexican. And for me to go around and be like, the people who are in Colorado and Mexico and South America, they're not really the Purpecha Indians, but I am. I'm a Purpecha Indian, and I deserve, all of that, with my pink hair and my white skin, who's half German. I'm the real Purpecha Indian. That really looks like I'm a huge asshole, right? It makes me look racist. I wasn't raised in that culture. I wasn't raised to know the spiritual ways. I didn't know anything about, how they had their belief system, or that they make pottery or anything like that. Everything I learned was like when my mom was dying, and, from the internet. I have no idea anything about my own heritage. So that's how I feel about that situation. Whereas with my husband's family, they've been celebrating these holidays, for hundreds of years. And, you can see it on their skin that they're not white. You can see that their family is from Ukraine and Russia, and, that they've been celebrating in synagogue, and that they're Jewish. That they've been practicing that. They eat the foods, they say the words, and this is their belief. So we need to learn to respect that. And if anyone wants to be Jewish, they can be. Jewish people are very welcome and open and accepting, and I'm a pagan, but I have participated in the rituals of Judaism, and I have learned about it, and I have been welcomed in. I did not convert to Judaism, but, I have participated and eaten the food and celebrated the holidays, and I celebrate Hanukkah, and I celebrate, everything else, the Shabbats and everything like that. And I just, I appreciate the culture, and that's what we need to do. We need to appreciate everyone's culture and respect it. Doesn't matter who you are. If you are Jewish, you should respect Jewish culture, and you should also respect everyone's culture. Doesn't matter what culture you are. And really, at the heart of everything, we need to act out of love. And that's my belief system. My belief system, there's only one rule: harm none. So before I do anything at all, I think, is this going to harm anyone? And as long as it doesn't harm anyone, I go forth. So if you want to learn more about me, you can check out my website at b13books.com. Follow me here. Share my posts. I hope you have a nice Thanksgiving, and I hope it doesn't end in an argument, and I hope you stay well, and I hope that COVID stays far, far away from your family this holiday season.